Hello friends and welcome back to our Daily Women's Devotional. I Am Loved, edited by Kaylin Rathbun-Sutton. Today is July 8th and the title of our devotional is What If? Written by Carol Joy Fider. The Bible verse is found in James chapter 1 verse 19. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Carol writes, some time ago I attended a teachers' congress in a certain country. My colleagues and I traveled all day, arriving late in the evening. After a very long wait at the hotel where the meetings would be held, we were informed that there was no space for us. We were tired and needed to rest. While we waited for the organizers to find a solution, some of my colleagues complained about the lack of professionalism and the hotel's overbooking. They were visibly upset. However, I was grateful I arrived safely and silently prayed we would be settled into our rooms very soon. As it was approaching midnight, a gentleman who had been busily moving about, apparently trying to arrive at a solution, told us that we would be taken to a hotel nearby. Soon, we were transported to the new venue and arrangements were made for us to check into our rooms. To my great surprise, the man who had been making arrangements for us identified himself as someone who had attended the college where I taught many years before. He actually called me by name and added that he and his wife had been students in a class I had taught. At that moment, I could not help but think about the importance of conducting oneself in a way that represents Christ, regardless of the circumstances. What if I had been rude and unsympathetic about the hotel situation? I could have complained about the long wait after a tiring trip, the apparent lack of proper organization, and the fact that for hours we were kept in the dark about what was happening. I was glad that I had waited patiently and uncomplainingly. What message would I have communicated if I had been un-Christ-like in my behavior? Would Mr. G have identified himself as someone who knew me? Or would he have been ashamed to say he knew me? I thank God that I did the right thing in that situation. I prayed sincerely every day that God will give me His Spirit and the wisdom and understanding necessary to please Him in all I do. It is not always easy to control oneself when feeling as if one is not being treated fairly. But God is able to provide the necessary strength for the moment. Daily I pray, take my life, dear Lord, and help me live for you today and always. Carol Joy Fider, a retired educator, writes from Mandeville, Jamaica. She serves her church as a local elder, education director, and Sabbath school teacher. The yearning of her heart is to go with Jesus when He gathers the saints of all the ages. She and her husband Ezra have 2 adult daughters. Well, I know there's been plenty of times where things just don't go my way. Recently, while my family and I were in a missionary trip in Arizona, more than one thing ended up going wrong. First, it was our flight, then our rental car, and then it went downhill from there. But surprisingly, God kept it together all the way. Now, there are many situations where I could have definitely blown up and been totally inappropriate, maybe kind of not showing Christ, but thank God that through it all, we were patient. We were putting it all in God's hands and showing to others His true testimony. I hope that we think about that the next time things don't go our way. I hope that you're blessed, you enjoyed today's devotional, and I will see you again tomorrow.